Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're at the Cloud Expo 2011 in Santa Clara. On our program is David Canellos. He's the president and CEO of Perspecsys. And David, welcome to our show.
Thanks,
How are
Rich.
you?
Good to be here. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your company.
So Perspecsys is a privately held company based in Toronto. What we do is we provide software for enterprise companies that want to adopt cloud computing for mission critical purposes. And really the result is that many companies want to move to the cloud for operational business purposes, but they're concerned around where the data is and security and privacy aspects of those applications, and we help to address that.
How do you help?
Well, what we do is we have a software solution that the customer takes and configures it to apply to their particular application. So say it's a third-party SaaS application, popular CRM application, HR application, ERP application. What we do is we allow the user, the customer, the enterprise customer, to determine what data is sensitive. And that data then is flagged in our system to ensure that that data never leaves the enterprise. So it can be stored behind a firewall, in a data center, in a private cloud, in a secured area of a managed service environment, and all the while the full application functionality is presented to the user. And so to the user, if I'm a salesperson and I'm using Oracle CRM On Demand or Salesforce.com, I get the full functionality. I have no idea where the data is living, but as a corporation, as a C-level executive of an enterprise, of a large bank, of a healthcare company, of a public sector agency, I know the data is protected because it's being managed and protected by Perspecsys.
What about compliance?
Well, that's a big part of our game, is compliance. And there's a lot of compliance around privacy laws. So there's the EU Data Protection Directive, there's safe harbor principles, and of course there's the US Patriot Act, which trumps a lot of those principles. And really, by the fact that the US Patriot Act is out there, many foreign companies are concerned about doing business with US cloud providers for fear that their data could potentially be seized under the Patriot Act, and they won't know about it if they're doing business with a US cloud provider. So that's one area. We have customers in Switzerland, Swiss banks. The law in Switzerland is Swiss data can't leave Switzerland, so there's a compliance there. There's compliance in areas like Singapore. There's 3 different privacy laws in Singapore around managing data. In the US, of course, on the industry regulation side, there's things like HIPAA and protected healthcare information. So a lot of healthcare companies, customers that we have, don't want to put their healthcare information, the PHI information, into the public cloud. So what they do is they use our system protected behind the firewall. And we see this in federal government like FISMA and in other industries as well.
So how do you differentiate your company from some of the others in the space? I mean, you mentioned that you're located outside the US, but what other ways?
We have customers. If you look at the industry, it's an emerging industry. It's fast growing industry. We have customers today. We've been around for 5 years, so the technology's mature. The other thing we've done is we've released our announcement today, the release of PRS 1.5, which is the latest version of the software. And there's a lot of new features and functionalities in that product, but what we've now enabled that software to do is to allow an enterprise to address multiple cloud applications. So we are now vendor agnostic, so we don't have to have one particular application that we focus on, so we allow the customer the freedom of choice to determine what cloud applications that they want to use, and then they have the confidence that Perspecsys can manage and protect that information. And again, we have the proof points by customers in the marketplace.
So in the last 5 years, how have you seen things change, and where do you think things are going in the cloud space?
Well, my opinion is that in the last several years, you've seen more and more companies become interested in moving to the cloud and inquisitive about moving to the cloud, but have been reserved about making those moves, especially the regulated and semi-regulated industries. They've been concerned, but now with time to market advantages and cost advantages and elasticity and all the other benefits of cloud, they have no choice but to move to the cloud. The question is, how do they move the cloud and do it in a secure way? So what we're seeing now is companies now saying, we want to adopt these business applications for mission critical purposes, and we want to use the cloud because of the attractive paradigm that the cloud offers in terms of benefits. So we see more and more companies moving in that direction.
Great. Now, what do you think's next for your company?
Well, we're going to continue to expand our portfolio with our product from a platform perspective. We're going to be introducing next year an SDK, so we will allow ISVs or our customers to develop adapters to any third-party application or even develop their own custom cloud application, and our application from Perspecsys will manage and protect that data. And so we'll release an SDK next year, and then we will also allow that SDK not only to be used against SaaS applications, but also PaaS applications. So be able to put that technology inside of a platform as a service and develop your own cloud application. So we're going to continue to enable the mission critical adoption of enterprise applications for businesses.
That's really exciting. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.